この家は1階建てにしたんですけれども、もともとは2階建てで計画していましたが、ある日妻が江戸時代の旧借2軒の長屋、それは4人家族で9平米で多くの人々が暮らしてたっていう、そういう情報を本で見まして、平屋でも行けるのではないか、18平米19平米で2人で大丈夫なのではないかと言い出したので、このような平屋になりました。うちの周りは10階建てのマンションとか3階建ての住宅が並んでいる割と静かな場所です。近くには東京ドームやお寿司屋さんやお寺、あと教会なんかがあります。この家の延べ床面積は19平米です。小さいですけれども、それから本を読んだり音楽を楽しんだり創作活動もしたり、そういうことの一切を小さな家の中でもやろうというふうにしました。建物の形は北と南に10階建てのマンションがあるので、そこから家の中が見えないような形にすると、このような高さのある屋根、真上にトップライトがあるっていう形になりました。上からの光は春夏秋は直射日光が入ります。玄関を入ると棚には300枚のレコードと CD プレイヤーが置いてあります。壁にはコンクリートのセパレーターのピーコンを利用したハンガー、いろいろな金具をつけられるんですけれどもがついています。このリビングのスペースは道路に面して大きな窓があります。この窓を開けると、この道のところにちょうど座れるようになっていて、そこで本を読んだりおやつを食べたりして楽しんでいます。このダイニングのテーブルはオリジナルで作りました。テーブルの足は妻のお母さんが嫁入り道具で持ってきたミシンです。ベンチはこれもオリジナルで作りました。側面の板を立ち上げて、私がよく使うペンなんかを刺したりできるようになっています。ダイニングの横に窓がありますが、窓の奥行きを利用してコンクリートの段々に棚板をかけて、好きなコップやトースター、飾りの花瓶とかいろいろ置いてます。照明器具はアルミの傘のライトをしています。クリップで棚に留めたり壁につけられたり、あるいは大きさが大きいもの小さいものがあって、小さな家でいろんな使い方ができるのでこの照明にしました。壁のところにはコンクリートの面に合わせて洗濯機を置いてます。その上には食器の棚にしてまして、アンプ、それからスピーカーとレコードプレーヤーを置いてます。キッチンは家の真ん中にあります。キッチンはステンレスでできていて、シンクとコップを洗うリンサーがあって、あとガスコンロ、その上にレンジフードがあります。コンロの下には魚焼き器があって、真ん中に食器洗浄機があります。キッチンの壁にはまな板をかけたり、いろんなものをかけて楽しんでいます。キッチンの前にはキャスター付きの飛行機で使う収納があります。この上にはオーブントースターを乗せています。トイレの前にも段々状の本棚があります。ここの本棚の奥行きは文庫本の奥行きに合わせて作ってあります。トイレの中はとてもシンプルで、ちょっと狭めのスペースにトイレと、あと手を洗うボウルがあります。ベッドはクイーンサイズです。ベッドの横には壁に小さなニッチを掘ってありまして、ここも文庫本の奥行きで棚になっています。反対側の壁は ハンガーパイプが2段と棚が5段ありまして、服や下着を置けるようにしています。シャワーのスペースは入り口がベッドの方から入って、シャワーを浴びて外のテラスの方にもう一つのドアで出られるようになっています。ベッドとテラスの間は3枚の引き戸になっていて、開けるとベッドとテラスが一体的なスペースになります。テラスには露天風呂があって、東京の真ん中で露天風呂を楽しんでいます。道には庭があるんですが、私たちの土地になっていまして、たくさん植物を植えて楽しんでいます。小さな家を設計するときには、大きな線や大きな空間を描くように心がけています。例えばラブラブハウスではとても大きな天井高でダイナミックなトップライトをつけています。都市の中のとても小さな敷地にも実は豊かな自然があります。そういう自然と一緒になって楽しむ生活をすれば、自然も楽しんで都市も楽しむ、そういうメリットがあると思います。
The apartment is located in Setagaya, one of the most populated residential areas in Tokyo. It was very important that two adult mother and son could live their lives together while keeping their distance from each other when needed, even in such a small space. The client is a creative professional and lives with his mother. The mother has originally lived alone in this apartment, but after she was injured, her son decided to move in with her and decided to renovate the apartment to make their lives as comfortable and enjoyable as possible. My name is Kumiko Ouchi. I'm an architect and a founder of Small Design Studio in Tokyo. The apartment is 46 square meters with the balcony space of 6.8. When we first visited the apartment, the interior is almost 40 years old and the facility were old and difficult to use. There was 2 bedrooms, which one could be used as a living room. There was a kitchen and dining area and a bathroom. We consulted with the client several times and came up with a floor plan with the private rooms and a sense of spaciousness in the living and dining areas, where they spend most of their time. The kitchen now shares the space with the dining and living areas. As you walk into the entrance, there is a shoe storage on the left side and the wardrobe area along the hallway. This space is the main storage space in the house and was planned to be able to hide and store everything from golf bags to Wi-Fi routers and clothes. To brighten up the storage, I added stencil lighting to the wardrobe. The bathroom is located on the right side and leads to the mother's room at the far end. The living room is a step lower than the rest of the apartment. The floor in this space is carpeted to create a comfortable space for sitting on the floor and to help create a separate zone. A bioethanol fireplace is located directly in front of the entrance, separating the hallway from the living room. It is positioned in such a way that the living room is not visible from the entrance. 3 large niches were designed for the son's record collection. The sofa is a wooden bench by the window. It has a custom-made cushion and converts into the son's bed in the evening. We also created a storage space under the bed so that the futon can be quickly put away when they have guests over. We took special care in planning the room to serve as a living room during the day and a bed at night. The client loves cooking, and it is a very important element for his life. So I designed a kitchen to be bright and open space, where they would want to spend their time. The gas stove and oven is built in with a dining table in an island in the middle of the room. This creates a lively kitchen environment where you can serve what you cook right away. The sink side is facing the window with the most open and green space and has a dishwasher and plenty of storage. The kitchen cabinet is made of wood and finished in water-resistant plaster. A utility space is located next to the kitchen. It's a narrow hallway which cannot be seen from the living area. It has a fridge and a washing machine. The mother's bedroom can also be accessed from here. There is a clothes rack that hangs from the ceiling for the mother's clothes, and the shelves are recessed into the wall to hold books, clocks, and other small items. To keep the path between the bedroom and the bathroom, I installed a door to the bathroom at the back of the room. Between the bath and wash space, there is storage for linen and other household items. We planned the washroom to be as comfortable as possible and to provide the necessary storage. As for the toilet, it is quite compact. We used indirect lighting to create a comfortable space that does not feel so small. We planned storage to hide toilet paper and power board. As Japan's population ages, the number of environments in which parents and children's generation live together has been increasing very rapidly. It is important to consider a space where each can maintain an appropriate distance from each other while keeping a place for a family to share.
I'm David Sun. I'm the owner of this residence, and I live here with my wife, our son, and our dog. I'm originally from California, but I came to Tokyo 6 years ago.
I'm Motoki Yasuhara, an architect and associate professor at the University of Tokyo.
I greatly enjoy living in the city. As a young person, a place this central in the city is perhaps otherwise not affordable. I suppose I was quite fortunate to find this lot, but also to have the help of Yasuhara-san.
This house is a three-story building. The total floor area is approximately 50 square meters.
Currently, as our son is still young, we rent out the first floor to a dance instructor who uses it as a dance studio. My family and I live only on the second and third floor, which approximates 30 square meters.
This house is in Meguro World, which is a very popular residential area close to central Tokyo.
The site is a short walk away from the Meguro River, which is perhaps most famous for the cherry blossom trees that line it every spring.
The exterior appearance of this house is just a staircase. This is a very mysterious facade.
Behind the staircase, you can get a glimpse of two doors. The one on the lower level is the door to the rental property, and the second level door is the entrance to my home.
The shape of the site is like a flagpole, and there are many lots like this in the central Tokyo. Because land prices are very high lots, often divided into the smaller lots. So this kind of oddly shaped lots are generated in Tokyo. As you enter from the second floor, there is an entrance hall. We designed this space, also the study space for him.
first thing you see is the shoe cabinet. Next to that is a modular shelf system which extends parallel to the shoe cabinet all the way until the kitchen. I've mounted 2 large monitors here that swivel out in case I need to do work from home. I enjoy cooking a lot, and if it was possible, I definitely wanted a professional grade kitchen.
We were able to set on the professional gas stove and the sink and range hood. And I think this maybe unbalanced combination of the big kitchen and the small space is really important character for this house. So we put the washing machine under the counter because we cannot find any places to put the washing machine. The counter is made of lawan plywood, which is the same with the finishing of the wall.
The shelving most close to the kitchen is supported by 3 pillars instead of 2, and the primary reason for this is to store my gelato machine, which weighs about 50 kilograms. And sitting next to that is a microwave. Below the shelves is a kitchen wagon that can be drawn out to add more counter space or to serve as a table as necessary.
In the living space, the high-ceiling concrete slab has an opening in it, which lets in natural light. We finished the wall with the silver painted plywood, which reflects the natural sunlight.
Originally, I hadn't planned on there being any indoor staircase in the first place. I was quite content with a rope ladder, but they presented this idea of a shelf staircase that ended up being quite useful for storage.
Next to the staircase, we put the toilet.
Inside the toilet, there's a small window which lets in light and air. Between the toilet and the staircase is also a small closet which holds most of our clothes.
The 3rd floor is a minimal bedroom and the shower room, and also the loft space.
Because I cook often, I didn't want any kitchen smells to come into the bedroom, but at the same time I didn't want to seal it off from the light. Hence we chose glass as a material to prevent some unwanted intrusion.
We made this bedroom as a platform slightly above the shower room floor, and we made the kind of gap which conveys the natural sunlight to the lower floor. This sleeping platform is made of cherry, and we choose this because it's really comfortable to sleep on.
It's also slightly raised from the walkway to it, which means that getting up in the morning is actually quite like getting out of a bed.
We designed the custom shower room. This is also the window for this bedroom, so we made the wall white to reflect the natural sunlight. We designed this sink counter with a rounded shape to make it easier to go into the shower room. We designed the ladder to climb up to the loft space. Here he could climb up and read books or have a meditation.
The skylight also opens for additional ventilation.
Next to the sleeping platform, there is a sliding door. We make this outdoor bath and hangar space all together as a transition space between garden and bedroom.
I was influenced by my trips throughout Japan, where I have stayed at traditional onsen. As far as privacy goes, plants are strategically planted.
I think ordinary Japanese people concerned about this kind of privacy, but he's a little bit different from the ordinary Japanese.
Although it looks like the ground is just dirt, there's actually a complicated interlocking fiber system here that's used to lighten the entire structure.
It's very rare to have a garden in the middle of Tokyo.
Although a tremendous amount of work and planning went into designing this small space, we also wanted to leave as much as possible for the post-construction period, because knowing what is useful is only something that's doable after we start living here.
I think it is difficult for young generations to get property of sufficient size in the center of Tokyo, but such a small or unique shaped one is affordable.
I look forward to seeing my family and my garden plants grow in this space.
「この建物は5人の家族が住んでいらっしゃいます。お父さんとお母さんとお子さんが3人になります。この建物のコンセプトは主に平屋ということと、好きなものに囲われたいというのがあります。アルボルの包み洋作と言います。普段は自然に寄り添った建築を心がけております。ここの場所は奈良のヘグリという場所でして、山や川や田んぼがある比較的のどかで静かな住宅街にあります。この建物は45平米になります。この部屋の構成はまず土間テラスがありまして、リビングダイニングキッチンが一つの部屋となっております。その部屋から各部屋にアクセスできるようになっております。寝室が2つ、そしてユーティリティゾーン、キッチンから土間へのアクセスができます。道路から敷地を見ますと、木の塀がそびえ立っています。この扉は4枚の扉になるんですけど、それぞれが動くようになりまして、その方の過ごし方により開ける場所だったり閉じる場所が変えれることができます。その手前は駐車場と庭があります。木の塀を開けますと、建物はガルバリウムの壁になります。玄関はポーチ兼アウトドアリビングの空間を設け、屋根がかかっているので、雨の日も日差しの強い時も楽しく過ごせます。ポーチにはベンチを兼ねた木箱がありまして、その木箱の中に靴が収納されております。ポーチから3枚扉を開けますと、すぐリビングダイニングキッチンのエリアになります。リビングダイニングの方はポーチから一段上がったような高さになっております。リビングのエリアはソファーとテレビ、あとご先祖様のお好みの家具が配置されております。リビングの左右に細長い窓があり、抜け感と光を取り入れるようになっております。ダイニングテーブルの方は大きく作っておりまして、食べるだけではなくキッチンの作業もできるように考えています。ダイニングの方では椅子で過ごす、キッチンの方では立ちながら作業ができるように高さを変えています。ダイニングの椅子はおせ様がもともとお好きだった椅子を配置しております。キッチン側は作業台と作業台の下はキッチンの道具が入っています。主に電子レンジ、炊飯器、オーブン、お皿、その他が入っております。キッチンの天板はステンレスにしております。壁の方はダイニングテーブルの下の素材と同じモールテックスにしております。コンロと魚焼き器があります。物を見せたくない扉がある棚があります。キッチンのさらに奥に通り土間をイメージした扉があります。時に雨が降ってきた時は洗濯物がすぐ取りやすいようになっております。メインベッドルームは家族みんなで寝る部屋になります。寝る時に布団を引くスタイルになります。起きたら布団を畳む、違う用途としても使うことができます。もう一つのベッドルームは今はワークスペースとして使っております。将来お子さんが2段ベッドの部屋として使う予定です。鏡の奥に 収納があります。こちらの部屋は押し入れもあります。ユーティリティゾーンはまずトイレと洗面があります。その奥に洗濯機とクローゼット、そしてドライエリアが兼ねております。洗面エリアはタイル張りにしております。鏡の奥に収納があります。トイレはタンクレスの便器と上に収納棚があります。バスルームは日本の一般的なお風呂の仕様になっております。光と風を取り入れて洗濯物を乾かすことができます。乾かした洗濯物をそのまま収納することができます。人が人らしく過ごせること、現在の住まいの風潮は物であふれかえっており、それゆえに物を置くための収納が重要視されております。そうした暮らしを見つめ直し、物を持つことに執着せず、すっきりした暮らしの中に人の暮らしの原点があると考えております。
この家のコンセプトは外のような家に住みたいという考え方です。大学2年生の頃に外のような家に住みたいと考えていました。それを具現化したのがこのラブハウスです。具体的には寒い冬以外は窓を開け放ってもう外のような状態で雨も風も虫も入ってくるような生活です。神奈川県横浜市です。家の周りは低層の2階建て3階建ての住宅街になっていて、車は通りますが静かな方です。延べ床面積で38平米です。2005年に完成して10年間住みました。その後ラブラブハウスに引っ越したので、今はラブラブハウスの方にメインで住んでいるので、こっちのラブハウスはセカンドハウスとして時々来て使ってます。最近2022年になってリフォームをしました。1階のクローゼットの部分を取って広くしたのと塗装をしました。家の外観は白い長方形でドアが一つだけあります。外からドアを開けて家の中に入ると、まず家の中ですけど屋外で、そこから屋外階段が曲線で伸びていきます。ドアを開けると小さなニッチの穴が開いています。ドアのハンドルが壁にぶつからないようにちょうどその高さで作ってあります。曲線の階段を上ってくるとその下に庭が見えます。庭に植わっている木はシマトネリコという木で、私が自分で植えたものです。上の方になると空が見えて太陽の光も、それから影の部分もあります。階段と床の部分はちょうどこうやって座って本を読んだりコーヒーを飲んだり使っています。2階に上ってくるとガラスの引き戸の内側はメインのスペースになっています。引き戸になっていて、壁の外側の敷地境界までその引き戸が入り込んでいきます。このメインスペースはほとんどの季節でガラスを開け放ってオープンエアで使っています。テーブルは600ミリ角で長さを伸ばせる作りになっていて、伸ばすと4人で座ることができます。この棚は私がデザインしたんですけれども、オーディオ関係のものが入っています。スピーカーの後ろに横から物が入れられる棚が5段作ってあります。あと小さな棚があります。このメイン空間には電気の照明ではなくてろうそくの照明をつけています。2階の一番奥はキッチンになっています。ステップを2段降りてキッチンの床になります。キッチンはまず幅が2700ミリのカウンターですね。食器洗浄機のフロントドアを手前に開けると壁ギリギリのところで開くように設計しています。 その幅は600ミリになっています。カウンターの上にはガスコンロが3つ口でついています。その下にはとても小さな引き出し式の冷蔵庫をつけて使っていました。キッチンの一番奥は棚がついています。天井には天窓があって、はしごで登って天窓を開けて小さな屋上に出ることも可能です。外の玄関の左側にもう1枚ドアがあります。そのドアを開けると1階の室内の靴脱ぎのスペースがあります。今はラブラブハウスがメインの住宅なので、こちらはセカンドハウスということで洗濯機が不要になったので、洗濯機をどけて中ぐらいの大きさの冷蔵庫を置いています。トイレのドアは便器のところまで開けるような狭い作りのトイレです。小さな手洗いポールの上に壁に彫り込まれたニッチの棚があります。1階のメインのスペースは床がフローリングになっていてベッドを置いていますが、キャンプ用のベッドで折りたたみができてフレキシブルに使っています。照明はほとんどないんですが、コンセントで挿して好きな場所に裸電球を使っています。1階の曲面の壁は階段の曲線に沿ってできているものです。この壁の下はつまり階段の下になっていまして、階段下収納として使っています。開口部になっていて、階段の奥に小さな窓をつけて1階の自然通風をしています。お風呂の天井は下げて作ってあります。お風呂の天井の上には収納スペースができています。バススペースは一段床レベルが下がっています。バスタブはコンクリートで立ち上げて作ってあるものです。 FRP 防水という防水で仕上げてるんですけれども、シャワーをメインで使うんですけど、お湯をためてバスタブにすることもできるような作りになっています。木製の窓が庭に向けてついているので、窓を開けて使うと外を感じながらシャワーを浴びたりバスタイムを楽しめます。ラブハウスでは自然の基本要素が全てあるというコンセプトで、自然とともに暮らす、これを都市の中に作ることで自然とも関わり都市とも関わると考えています。
When we first saw the block of land, it was so small that we were surprised they wanted to build the house here. It's a bit wider than the parking slot. Tsubo House is home to a young family of 4, 2 parents and 2 young children. The Tsubo unit is a particular way to measure the area in Japan. 1 Tsubo is 3.3 square meter. So the total area is 6.3 tsubo. That's why we called it the Tsubo House. My name is Yugo Yamada from Arte1 Architect. I designed Tsubo House. This site was in Yotsuya, Shinjuku, located in the corner of a group of old houses. Shinjuku is one of the most famous areas in Tokyo. It has high office buildings, but also old residential areas with small houses. As the house is narrow, we wanted to create large vertical space, such as a atrium, in order to help give the illusion of the bigger place. The client knew that the place was narrow, so they wanted to expand the space vertically. The house has 3 stories, which is the maximum height due to building restrictions. To maximize space in the house, I added skip floor in between for the bathroom and the bedroom. The entrance features a custom 4.8 meter iron aperture. It is designed as a big door with an arched window above. We wanted an elegant element fitted for the plain facade. The inside of the door has a custom dress-like curtain made by a fabric designer for privacy. On the wall at entrance, we added mirror storage cabinets and niche for the client speakers. The mirror door is both functional and helps to make the space appear larger. In this project, we spend a lot of time deciding the dimension of the atrium. The family wanted a cafe-like space. The dining room and the living rooms share the same space. The ceiling here is 5 meters tall, so it feels very spacious. The family spends most of their time here. The furniture in the living room was selected by the client, including the antiques locker. The door for the toilet is an antique from 1890, so we matched the color of the space to the door. Having a separate toilet here allows the family to maintain the privacy of the rest of the house. As you walk up the step to the kitchen, there is storage on one side and a tall mirror on the other. This tall mirror is where the family check their full outfit before going out. The client loves to cook and the requested professional kitchen appliance. There's a powerful oven by Viking, a gas cooktop and commercial range hood, and a large sink. The kitchen benches and wall were finished in stainless steel to match with the appliance. It also makes for an easy surface to clean. On the other side, we continue the stainless steel for the shelves and the drawer. The kitchen is elevated to separate it from the living room. This allowed us to add extra storage below the kitchen. From the kitchen, there are stairs that lead to a balcony-like landing. The stairs float on top iron beams to allow light through to the kitchen. Behind the curtain, there is washing machine. The top of the stairs and the entrance to the bathroom can also be closed off using the same curtain to create one seamless curtain wall. In order to create a large and comfortable bathroom, we use entire width of the house. This means that you have to pass through the bathroom to get to the bedroom. The bathroom has space for everything you need: a shower, toilet, sink, and even a full-size bathtub. It's a hotel-like space surrounded by tiles. The bathroom door is glass. It allows for light to come through from the front windows. From the bathroom, the stairs lead to the 2 bedrooms. A niche for the book was made using the dead space in the stairs. The children's room has an over 3-meter ceiling height space. This room has skylight and window to help keep the space nice and bright. We also choose bright color for this room, as it is also the playroom for the children. We choose different floors between rooms to emphasize each own ambience. For the main bedroom, they wanted dark color to focus on the sleep. There is built-in storage along the side of the wall in the main bedroom. It has a lot of space for the parents' clothes and personal items. On the other side is a space-saving staircase that goes to the rooftop balcony. Under the stairs, there is even more storage space for clothes and small items. On the rooftop, we created the widest rooftop balcony that we could make. The furniture here was made by the client. The wall panels can be removed to create a bench seat or table. The land in Tokyo costs are high due to its demand. If it has a lot of elements, maybe the house size is not as important as we think. Small inner city homes like Tsubo can have all of the elements the user needs. But it is not only limited to the house itself. There is a big park and great infrastructure nearby. The whole city is an extension of their house.
「この部屋の空間のコンセプトは隅田川をただこう風景として感じるだけでなくて、部屋のインテリアとして取り入れていこうということを考えました。部屋を覆っている合板は床と壁の仕上げを同じものにして、隅田川からの光のコントラストを美しく映えるような形でデザインしました。私の名前は太田裕太郎です。建築家をしていまして、オフィスが東京と長野にあります。ここは私の家で猫のすももと一緒に住んでおります。このマンションは東京の両国にあります。周辺には有名な観光スポットである浅草寺や東京スカイツリーがあります。隅田川は江戸時代から東京の物流を支えるインフラの大動脈としてとても重要な役割を果たしていました。このマンションは1990年に建てられました。私の部屋は9階にあります。一つのフロアに約10個のアパートメントが入っています。この部屋の面積は48平米です。もともとのこの家のプランは日本だと一般的な 1LDK の間取りでした。すべての部屋が壁で分けられていて、まず部屋を入ると廊下があって、とても窮屈に感じました。寝室とリビングからはそれぞれバルコニーに出られるように扉がありました。面積が小さい部屋でしたので、壁を全部壊してしまってワンルームにするということを当初から考えておりました。この家の大きな特徴はお風呂をですね、部屋の真ん中に配置しました。キッチンは既存のものを90度回転させて、ベッドルームだった場所にスタディルームを作りました。まずこの家の玄関に入ると一番最初に隅田川を見ることができます。玄関の床は既存の床を解体してコンクリートを現しにしました。そのため既存よりレベルが低くなっております。少しお風呂の下にスペースができています。既存の柱と生まれたスペースを活用して靴の収納を作りました。壁際には本棚を作りました。本棚は可動できる棚になっていて、棚は壁と同じ素材で作っていきました。この部屋は住宅だけでなくて、もともと働く場所として考えて計画をしておりました。玄関からの本棚はリビングにも続いていて、その一部を利用してテレビを置くスペースを作っています。ミーティングテーブルをその横に置いて、来客が来た時に打ち合わせをしたり、テレビのモニターを使ってオンラインミーティングをしたりして使っています。このカーテンを開け閉めすることで、物を隠したりとか、使いやすいように表しにしたりとか、コントロールすることができています。リビングの隣は私が仕事をする机になっています。ここでいつも仕事をしています。窓からはとても素晴らしいパノラマビューが確保できます。いつも隅田川を見ながら仕事をしています。お風呂はこの家で 最も重要な特別な場所になっています。お風呂の壁はスティールの壁にしました。で、開口部にはアクリルガラスを使いました。扉を入ると洗濯機置き場があります。可動の棚にタオルや洗濯で使うものを収納できるようにしています。トイレはコンパクトなスペースにしているので、引き戸で開閉することができます。トイレの中でも書棚のスペースがあります。お風呂はですね、天井が 1.8 メーターを切るぐらい低い高さになっています。窓があるので、天井高が低いことを感じさせない空間を作ることができました。で、僕はこの家に一人で暮らしているので、特に見えても問題ないんですが、誰か入っている時はミストでガラスが曇って見えなくなりますので、プライバシーを守ってくれています。お風呂の前の壁は既存の柱を利用して収納空間を作っています。で、柱の両面に棚を設けて、それぞれが可動の棚になっています。キッチンは隅田川と平行に配置して長いキッチンを作りました。パイプを表しにしてますので、そのパイプが川に伸びていくような形でデザインしています。カウンターのマテリアルは木ではなかなか難しいので、メラミンのシートを貼っています。キッチンにはシンクの他に食洗機を使っています。IH のコンロが3つついていて、その下も収納として使うことができます。で、キッチンの壁はコンクリートにグレーの塗装をして仕上げています。で、棚は他の棚とデザインを揃えるために構造合板を使用しています。リビング空間から冷蔵庫は姿が見えないような形で、キッチンの横には壁を作って冷蔵庫を設置しています。お客さんが来た時とかはカーテンを閉めることで冷蔵庫を隠すことができます。ダイニングのテーブルには床と同じ構造合板を使って仕上げていきました。足はIKEA の足を使っていて、ラフな形で仕上げています。ベッドルームは窓際に配置することにしました。既存の壁のサイズとダブルベッドのサイズがちょうど同じだったので、この場所を活用することにしました。クローゼットの収納に使っているのは実は電気の配管です。ベッドルームにもプライバシーを守るためにカーテンを設置しています。カーテンを閉めていても窓からの光がキッチンに届くように工夫しています。ベッドルームの横には洗面室を設けています。洗面台の天板はキッチンと同じメラミンを使って水への強いものにしています。バルコニーにはリビング空間からもベッドルームからも出ることができます。両方ともガラスの扉になっていて、風景を見ながら外に出ることができます。小さい空間をデザインするときに一番大切なことは、その部屋の空気を最大限感じられるようなデザインにすることだと思っています。具体的には間仕切り壁を最小にして天井を最大限確保することで、空気の軌跡を最大限に感じられるようなデザインにしていくことを大切にしています。
A small house is similar to a boat. Ever since I was a child, I have longed to live in a camper or on a ship. Ships are designed to live comfortably in a small space. The actual fastening devices used are the same as those used on a sailboat. My name is Sajiro, and I am an artist and architect. I live in this house with my wife and 3 children. The house is located in Zenpukuji, Tokyo. This place is located where there are many manga artists and artists. The neighborhood is residential. I want to make the house appear so simple white box. When child imagined the house, it looks like pentagon shape, so that's how I want it. Our family loved to camp outdoors, so we wanted a house where we could live under blue sky. New houses in this area are required to comply with strict size regulations. In order to get around this restriction, I decided not to have a roof over the living room and turn that part of the house into a courtyard. On the lower floor, inside the sliding glass door is the kitchen, bathroom, and toilet. A staircase leads up to the upper floor, which contains study, bedroom, and balconies. Japanese entrances are generally small and always get crowded when everybody's living at once. So we combine the entrance with the living room, so when you enter the house, you are in a large open area. A small line on the ground separates the entrance from the living room. There is a drainage along the edge for the rain. By the entrance, storage holds coats, shoes, and other items. We also have storage behind the steel door to hide items we don't want to show, like vacuum cleaners or cleaning items. The living room has located just inside the front door and has no roof. The floor is concrete, which is great for both indoor and outdoor use. I wanted the walls to be lined with fun colors. The living room also has a large glass door to protect my TV and piano from the weather. Beside the piano and TV, there is a storage for household items. I prefer to have my things lined up on the walls because they are more interesting to me. We choose our furniture from camping goods, so you can move it quick and it's okay with the rain when it's wet. Things that we don't want to get wet, we put it on the side. In the summer with the top on, the cool air from the air conditioners keeps the living room cool. The living room gets cold in winter, so we added heated floors in this area. It uses hot water to heat the ground and it feels great on the barefoot. The dining room and kitchen are indoors with a large sliding glass doors that open to create an unique space with the living room. The kitchen is L-shaped with a ceramic top. On one side, there is a stainless steel sink, a gas cooktop, a stainless steel range hood, and a fish grill. On the other side, there's lots of open storage for kitchen items and lots of space to prepare meals. We added yellow doors to hide away less attractive items. We also used the space under the stairs. In the center of the kitchen, there's a large dining table which is needed for a family of 5. We added 3 pendant lights above, which can be turned on individually with switches on the cord. To save table space, we hang our Bluetooth speakers above the table. This speaker outputs the audio from the TV on the other side of the living room. The bathroom is on the lower floor on the other side of the kitchen. With the 5 people using the bathroom in the mornings, it makes sense to have the vanity separate from the bathroom so we can all use them at once. The toilet was positioned under the stairs to maximize space. The laundry room has washer and separate dryer above. This room serves multiple purposes. It's a place to wash clothes, a place to store clothes, and also we can change after you take a bath. The bathroom is typical of Japanese wet rooms. There is a space to sit or stand for a shower and also a bathtub. The bathtub faces the courtyard with a window that looks out to the entrance and living rooms. When the weather is nice, the sun comes from the open roof into the bathtub. If privacy is needed, there is a curtain that can be used. At the end of the stairs on the upper floor, there is another toilet. Even though the house is small, we needed to have 2 toilets for 5 persons. The upper floor toilet has custom door that also doubles as the door to the upper floor. There is a small office and entertainment area where my wife works during the day. And the children watch TV and play Switch when they finish school. In the corner of this space, there is a small study for me. It is only about 1 square meter. I fill it with shelves and desks, and it is my little sanctuary where I draw and create. In the evenings, my wife and I lay futon here, and this becomes our bedroom. It may be a bit strange for people outside of Japan, but sleeping on futon on the floor is very common in Japan. It allows us to have rooms that provide multiple functions. The kids' bedroom is on the other side of the upper floor. They sleep in the loft above and share a large desk. The large windows bring lots of natural light into the study and bedroom rooms. We added a lot of storage for books, toys, and household items, maximizing wall space and height. The bookshelf in the bedroom becomes the stairs for the kids to climb up onto the loft. There are 3 windows here, and in the future we will divide this space into 3 separate rooms, so the children have a bit more privacy. From the kids' bedroom, there is access to some storage above the study. There is access to a balcony that wraps around the open roof. We added the same glass storage from the entrance up here for our clothes. I even set up a small desk on the balcony so I have place to paint and not worry if I make a mess. This is also where we can open and close the roof. The neighborhood is residential. It is a great place for a family with a large park, schools, and shops within walking distance. To being my own client, I can do anything, like no roof, so that was cool. So now I have this example so that I can show to other clients.
There's an advantage to renovating a space while living in it, in that over time we were able to see what worked and what didn't work as everything progressed. I think we had a clear understanding of what we wanted in a home from the very beginning. We wanted to create an open space that would have exposed walls and light entering from all directions. My name is David Buchler, and I live here with my partner Koichi and our cat Sophie. We worked on this project with Kei Makito, an architect from Ruvis, who helped us manage this project. The apartment is located on the west side of Tokyo. It's conveniently located 20 minutes by train from Shibuya and close to Nishi-Ogikubo and Kichijoji, areas both surrounded by nature and known for antique shopping and local bars. We were living in the apartment when we started renovating it ourselves. Most of our weekends and holidays were spent removing the walls, which separated the bedrooms. The apartment is a mixture of different materials. We wanted a very industrial space, but also a bit of color, a few natural elements. When we found this apartment, it had been renovated 2 years before and had a passageway that ran from the entrance through to a central kitchen and living room area. The ceilings in older Japanese apartments such as this one tend to be quite low. We were able to recover a bit more height by removing all of the ceiling boards. There were 3 separate bedrooms, a small unit bath with a separate toilet. There were also 3 small balconies, which allowed in significant light. We started by removing all the walls, which divided the bedrooms. The kitchen was originally located in the middle of the apartment, and we moved it to a corner under a large window. We created a custom joinery unit which divided the living room area and the bedroom. We switched the toilet and the laundry spaces. The toilet is now integrated into the bathroom, and the washing machine has its own separate space. The building was constructed in 1972. There are 10 floors, and we live in an apartment on the 7th floor. The entrance opens into a genkan, a space at the front door of every Japanese home where people take off their shoes and then step into the inside of the home. We placed a narrow shelf above the door. There are stacked crates where we can place the shoes we wear daily. From the genkan, there is a step into the apartment. The lights we used for the entrance are downlights, originally meant to be installed in ceiling boards, but we decided to leave them exposed to match the atmosphere of the rest of the apartment. The original genkan was demarcated clearly by being on a different lower level to the rest of the apartment. There was an old post box which wasn't functional anymore, so we removed it and now have a small space to decorate with little items. The kitchen has all the functionality of a regular kitchen. We chose a steel kitchen unit which is raised off the floor because we wanted something that was simple and easy to clean. As most Japanese kitchen units are significantly lower in height, we custom made this unit from IKEA, which allowed us to raise the height which best suited us. It has a large sink and a 4-burner gas stove. On this side of the kitchen, next to the sink, there is a hanging metal shelf from hay. This stores our cups, glasses, and plates. The old medical trolley, which holds some glasses and other kitchen items, can be easily wheeled around and is the perfect drinks trolley when entertaining. The single lamp that hangs above the kitchen unit offers just enough light in the evening and can be positioned in any direction. There is also a large fridge and a metal shelving unit with supplies for the kitchen. When the weather is nice, we can open the windows and the small door near the stove to have extra ventilation and a bit of a view when preparing meals. A small round dining table stands in the center of the space with a single low-hanging pendant light, which directs the light specifically in one place. A custom joinery storage pod in the middle of the apartment opens on this side of the dining room by 2 sliding doors. Inside the cupboard, we placed stainless steel Muji shelving with space to store items for the kitchen. We wanted the storage unit to feel more like a piece of furniture and deliberately decided that it would not extend all the way to the ceiling. The door closes and feels a little bit like a puzzle piece. There is soft strip lighting above the storage unit, which makes it cozy in the evening. The original floor had panels with a wooden veneer. When we removed this, there was a layer of concrete. On one half of the apartment, we kept the concrete, which we treated and finished with a varnish. And on the other half, we used blue PVC tiles. The living space faces into the kitchen and is divided by a thin brass strip separating the blue PVC tiles and the Cation mortar floor. The soft furnishings and our growing collection of African art fills the space with warm colours against the grey of the concrete. We painted the ceiling white in this area to make the space feel brighter and reflect some light. On clear days, we have a beautiful view of Mount Fuji on one side and Shibuya and Shinjuku on the other side. There is a karimoku black sofa underneath a window, a single black armchair, a wooden mid-century coffee table and side table. The custom-made bookshelf is filled with art journals, magazines and photography books. This bookshelf connects the living room with a small studio space. There's a height-adjustable trestle table, which we both share when working on our laptops or cutting patterns and sewing. To give more versatility to the space, we decided to use a duct rail to hang the lights, which allows them to be easily moved around the room. The metal shelving unit has storage for things necessary in our studio space. There is a record player on top and we love listening to records when working. On the other side of the storage pod is the bedroom. This space can be closed off using the curtain hanging from the rail attached to the ceiling. We sewed a simple linen curtain which is segmented and runs across the storage unit where our clothing is stored. The curtain wraps its way around the foot of the bed, cocooning the space. The space on either side of the bed is narrow, so we attach shelving from hay onto the wall as bedside tables, which keeps the floor space open and allows access to the large sliding drawers underneath the bed. We decided the storage pod should be accessible from both sides. It helps to demarcate spaces and offers a bit more privacy. We chose blinds on this side of the apartment to offer some privacy from our neighbours. The afternoon sunsets from this side of the apartment are really magnificent too. The bathroom is close to the entrance of the apartment. A large galvanized steel door slides across for privacy. There is a sink with exposed piping and a mirrored medicine cabinet above. The floors and walls are painted in a color called eraser pink with an eggshell finish. We both loved the damaged nature of the wall in certain areas, and the wooden floorboard was cut precisely around it to kind of bring attention to the beauty of imperfections, adding a unique touch. Here we wanted a clean white walled space with a glass door to allow as much light in from the small window into the rest of the bathroom. The Panasonic shower and bath unit is very typical of most Japanese homes. We're lucky enough to have a window, which is lovely to open in the summer when taking a bath. It also allows some light into the rest of the bathroom. The toilet was originally housed in a separate room next to the bathroom, a space which we completely opened up and placed a washing machine and laundry supplies inside. In a small space, everything is amplified. Spaces are a lot smaller here in Japan. Carefully and accurately crafting details in both design and construction is essential. For example, how many millimeters should be used for the floor baseboards, how should the wiring be organized, etc. And also opening up the ceiling to add extra space.
Thanks for watching, and if you're an architect or designer with a project we could feature, please share it with us at nevertoosmall.com/submissions.